honors, ladies and gentlemen. We live in a great country with opportunities and freedoms like no other. In order to honor America and in respect for all who have served our country to defend our freedoms, please stand and join in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our blood was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Riverview High School for the start of the 2020 Ohio High School Girls Soccer. I'm Casey Claxton here along with Fred Williams from Riverview High School. And Fred, you know, many of us in the state of Ohio for the past several months have been wondering if this day would ever come. And finally, we are ready to play high school sports.
It's here, and the audience here gave a big round of applause when the PA announcer announced that sports is back in high school.
So it is great to have high school sports back and great to be here at Riverview High School. We are excited to bring you this game. We appreciate everyone tuning in and being patient with us on YouTube to see this game on the Black Bear YouTube network. So Riverview, a year ago, 6 wins, 10 losses, 2 ties for head coach Dave Kreidler. And for the Minerva Lady Lions, they finished the 2019 campaign with a record of 4-10. So both teams are lined up on the field. It is a beautiful night for soccer. And Fred, we're looking for an exciting game. 2 games tonight. We've got the girls and the boys. They will also play the Lions.
Yeah, I look for some early game jitters, you know, here early in the season. But make no mistake, both these teams want to come out here and win their first game of the season because you never know when it may end and when it may turn into tournament time.
And when you talked to head coach Dave Kreidler before the match, you know, he was saying that that's kind of how they're playing every game. It's almost like a tournament atmosphere because you never know when this might be the last one.
That's exactly what he said. He said, we're playing this like a tournament game because you do never know, and things could stop tomorrow, and they might go right to tournament. So he's prepared to go.
So the teams are being announced as they are out on the pitch. You know, normally in high school soccer, they'll line everybody up side by side, and they come out and they shake hands. But, you know, with the whole social distancing and trying to keep everyone away from one another, we see that here. Likewise, they have kind of put stickers down out on the bleachers every 6 feet to kind of give people that visual. And then down on the pitch, we might even have some of our cameramen. Drew, maybe you can get a shot of the field down there at the bottom to show the white where they've marked off 6 feet for lawn chairs. We've got some folks sitting in lawn chairs along the sideline. The OHSAA has said that, you know, it's 15% of what your capacity would be. So by Riverview marking off those X's and set here, don't set here, then that's an official seat. You can find a spot there. So, you know, it will be very, very interesting. You know, soccer is one of those games. You've got a really big field. Maybe the attendance isn't always as grand as what a high school football game would be with no bands or anything like that. Smaller teams, you know, not carrying 40, 50 guys on a squad, but for soccer you might carry 18 to 20. You know, so, you know, a lot of times attendance isn't going to be as great. But, you know, for the group of kids that we've got out here today, they are just overwhelmed about being able to get to this start of the season.
To get on the field. And that 15% you mentioned, I asked Principal Chuck Rinkus about how do they determine that? And he said that basically they pass out passes per player, and how many they can give to their parents or family members to attend this game. So, again, to arrive at that 15% number.
Public address announcer Chris Smalley was going through the starting lineups for both teams. Looks like we are out on the pitch and ready to get things started. Bailey Bowman is up right at the center circle with the ball, and she will drop it straight back. Years ago, you used to have to play the ball forward before you could play it back, and now you can just immediately play the ball back. So the Bears will control the opening kick. They work it over onto the far side of the field. Couple of players going shoulder to shoulder right off the bat, and we are underway.
Just at the midfield spot here, as you can see, you're trying to control the ball on their offensive side.
Aaliyah Hardesty gets it into the center. Now another pass to Bowman. She gets inside the 18. Looks to drop it back out. That's Samsel over there, and it will be turned away by the Lady Lions defense. And that will either be a long throw or a corner kick. I couldn't actually see. It looks like it will be a corner kick coming up.
Yep. Number 11, Aaliyah Hardesty.
So Hardesty will do the honors. We've even got social distancing, Fred, up here in the booth. They've got these nice little plexiglass partitions.
Yeah, I was surprised when I got up there. They did a nice job of modifying the booth.
Our lead cameraman Drew Dunlap's over here to my side, but I can see him, but I can't smack him. There's a ball going towards the 6, and it's headed just out of the goal box. But a good attempt there by the Lady Bears.
Yeah, that header was attempted by Bailey Bowman. She's a senior. Playing at forward position, and she's the captain for tonight's game. Coach Kreidler said he's going to have a captain each game, so Bailey Bowman is the captain for this game.
Leadership is so important in high school sports. Ball right in the middle third. The Lady Lions trying to get on the attack, and we have a whistle away from the ball. Looks like it will be an indirect kick for Riverview coming up here. Maybe a dangerous play. Wright will handle the honors. She'll send it high above the head of Bowman. Defense steps up. Now it trickles down inside the 18. Williams has it. Nice little turn. Here comes a shot, and it is high and over the goal. It'll be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Lions. So once again, Riverview really quick to pull the trigger. That's 2 shots on goal they have at this point.
Yeah, early in this game, of course, most of the games been played on Riverview's offensive side, and they're continuing to push the ball.
A year ago, Riverview had a 4-0 win over the Lady Lions. That was up in Minerva, up on the turf field. And if I'm not mistaken, that was also kind of the opening night, Friday night under the lights. A few years ago, the teams in the OHSAA were granted permission to play games on Friday night the week before high school football. So for many of these teams that would be playing on a Friday night, they could play under the lights and not have competition with playing with football. Lady Bears with a throw in. It's controlled by Minerva. Now they will look to change the field, and Rachel Smalley will step up and take care of the loose ball that trickled inside the 18. She will punt it away for the first time tonight.
Nice punt there by Smalley. Came out to the midfield area.
Samsel controls it, and now it goes off of her foot and out of play. Throw in coming up for the Lady Lions. That's McGrew with the throw in. Now Bowman has it. Nice little feed. Goes to Williams. She's got some daylight nearing the 18. And defender comes up and will knock it out of play, and they will say a throw-in. So 36-10 to play here in the first half. Ball inside the 18. Sent towards the middle and kind of trickled off the foot of a defender. The ball by Ellie Tompkins sent it into the middle and went right back to the goalkeeper, and now they will punt it away. So with a good aggressive attack, that could have been dangerous.
Dangerous situation there for Minerva. The ball was loose in the box, and luckily the goalie got out before any offensive person could get to it.
That's Hardesty on the far side to Kennedy Wright. They try to make a little give and go, but it will be turned away and out across the sideline for the Lady Lions defense. Throw in coming up for the Lady Bears. They just have to be excited to be playing. That's, you haven't had any scrimmages in the season so far. You're seeing the same bodies day in and day out throughout the summer, and maybe not even able to play, but they just have to be overjoyed.
Especially since they didn't get the notice until really last week officially that they were even going to play the soccer and football seasons.
And as we look across the way, at the Riverview sideline, they have everyone kind of spaced out standing. They're not sitting on benches, but they're 6 feet apart. So that even looks a little odd.
It does.
Just across the pitch to see that. Now here's Bowman trying to chase it down as it comes to the near side, right in front of the Riverview home crowd. And it will be a Lady Bear throw-in. That's Emma Samsel, rather.
Throwing it in.
Yeah, Emma Samsel, rather. Smalley turns it away defensively. Now gets it forward to Giffen. She will bring it ahead. Defense steps up. That was Kirkpatrick with a nice defensive stick to stop the Lady Bear attack. Now Ellie Tompkins will look to throw it in. Bowman, she puts it back to Tompkins, now to Bowman. Now they change the field into the center to Williams. Has it turned away. It looks like they're marking her up kind of player for player there. They know that whoever's standing in the middle is dangerous.
Yep, Kyrie Kirkpatrick for Minerva was right on her the whole time. You got a goal kick here for Minerva.
Riverview has had 2 shots. They had one on a corner kick. And another a couple of minutes later, both, well, we always say shots on goal. They were outside the goal box, outside the goal mouth, but they have had 2 shots at the goal, we'll say. Now a whistle away from the ball might have been a dangerous play against Minerva. They're going to give a direct kick for Riverview. So we'll see how far Riverview pushes up. Leah Hardesty will play it with her left foot from about 45 yards out, sends it into the box. Little battle down there in the corner. Samsel, and the ball turned away.
Looks like it won't be a corner kick for Riverview.
Corner kick for Riverview, number 11.
So good defense on the play by McCrew to keep it away.
That'll be Riverview's second corner kick of early in the game here.
So it looks like it will be Hardesty will send it in. She's got that left foot, so it'll be an in-swinger. Riverview lines up. Low drive right near the front post, and it got by 3 people. Nobody there to knock it in. A missed opportunity. Here's a shot, up and through. So a great little goal after a corner kick ball was knocked away, and that's off the foot of Kennedy Wright.
Kennedy Wright, exactly right.
And that gets the Lady Bears on the board. It looked like, wow, things went awry as the ball trickled across the goal mouth. Defense kind of sent it out, but, you like to have somebody right there at the top of the 18, and Kennedy Wright was there to put it away and make it 1-0 Riverview Lady Bears.
I thought Riverview might have lost the opportunity when it rolled past the goalie, and we were both saying, oh, they missed that opportunity, but Kennedy Wright stepped up and nailed it from about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, typically on corner kicks, you want people covering near post, far post, and there was nobody at the back door. So that'll be a teachable moment for the team. But you know what? Kennedy Wright was in the correct spot and was able to bury it.
Riverview's pushing here again, and I believe they're going to get called for, looks like an offside. So it'd be a free kick here, direct kick for Minerva. Kick goes across the touch line, the Minerva throwing it in again. Coming up to about the midfield stripe. Again, the Lady Bears are pushed up, trying to keep the ball on their offensive side. Minerva midfielders got across the midfield stripe now, trying to make a little run on their end of the field. Here comes the Riverview.
Yeah, Smalley will turn it away. Now gets it down the right side. Sorry, Fred, I stepped away for a second there.
Okay, Emma
Appreciate
Samsel
you.
centers it towards the middle again. Riverview's got the opportunity.
And now Hardesty sends it ball towards the goal, and it's going to go in. So Aaliyah Hardesty steps up from the outside. The goalkeeper caught out of position. So within a matter of 2 minutes, the Lady Bears have struck twice to make it a 2-0 ball game. So that goal coming with 30-48, and Hardesty with her first goal. So Coach Kreidler has to be really excited about the way his team has stepped up.
Yeah, they're really reversing the field real nice. They brought the ball down on the near side of the field here, on our side of the field, and I believe it was Bailey Bowman that centered it across to Hardesty, and Hardesty then put away the winner.
You know, and when you put goals on the board, that really helps erase those opening game jitters. You know, because a lot of those kids, this is their first time out, and maybe some younger players might not be having a lot of experience. Here's Hardesty again. She will play it with her left foot, and she buries her second goal. So Hardesty strikes twice within 17 seconds and makes it 3-0.
You barely have time to write the goals down before another one scored here, Casey. And Riverview just again pressing up, and Hardesty got loose on that left side with that left foot. She put it in the back of the net.
So Hardesty makes it 2-0 with 30:48 to play, and then Hardesty again on a foot race down the side and buries it with the left foot with 30:31 to go. And now, of course, it is a 3-0 deficit. And Coach Kreidler and his team has to be excited about the way that they're finding the back of the net. So they had just 2 shots on goal. Now the next 3 have been in. So they are 3 for 5 in shooting
within the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah. Again, we mentioned last year's score was a 4-0 shutout victory for the Riverview Lady Bears over Minerva. Again, this Minerva team a year ago, 4 wins, 10 losses. Riverview 6-10-2. But the Lady Bears are off to a great start here in the 2020 season.
They're adjusting the clock right now. 30:18 should be on the clock. It's 30:06, and the officials are trying to get that straightened out.
Thanks, sir.
So we are awaiting the kickoff. So the Lions will send it down quickly. And that was Alex Alt who did the kickoff duties. Now Riverview gets control of it once again. Bailey Bowman on the outside will play it down the far side of the pitch. Now looks to cut back, but is turned away defensively by Jaden Schaefer. And it will turn out, and Bowman last touches it, and it will be the Lions with a throw-in. They get it to Bowman. Little bounce, short hop to the goalkeeper. That's McCaden Kirkpatrick, who is starting in goal tonight for the Lady Lions. Riverview still on the attack.
Well, we have a moment here. I'll get the starting lineup for Riverview. You got number 2, Katie Williams. She's a midfielder out here. Cameron McGinnis is a midfielder. And Kristen Smalley is a defender, and that's where they're at on the field right now. You see it in the midfield area actually right now. And when you see the defending midfielders and the forwards, as you're watching a game, you can kind of watch those players. Of course, Aaliyah Hardesty, you mentioned a couple times already, scored a goal, and she's really a defender, but she can move up, move around where the opening is. Emma Samsel, midfielder. Rachel Smalley is the goalkeeper. Kennedy Wright is a midfielder, and we're still in the middle of the field here. Melanie Giffen is a midfielder. Ellie Tompkins, a midfielder. Kelsey Bowman is a defender, and Bailey Bowman is a forward. She's a senior, and she's the captain today.
We had a foul there at midfield against the Lady Lions. That went against Bella McKays. That's their second foul defensively. Riverview took the ball and sent it down the far right side. Now we will see substitutions into the game. Fred, you got your binoculars out. Tell us who's coming in for the Bears.
Alrighty. Coming in for the Bears is number 2, Katie Williams, and going out is number 11.
That's Aaliyah Hardesty.
Aaliyah Hardesty.
We know that blonde, those blonde locks, you know, from seeing her put the ball in the back of the net here twice in the first half. So 3-0, Lady Bears leading. They're still on the attack. That's Williams over there playing some defense. Melanie Giffen now will take control of it. Sends it into the middle with the left foot, looking for Bowman. It's going to be headed away by the Minerva defense. Piper Andrews steps up, puts it back into the 18-yard box, and now Minerva will come away with it. That's Abby Hine. She sends it past the Riverview defense. Smalley now steps up, and we'll give it a hearty kick back into the offensive third for the Lady Bears. You know, we really haven't seen the Riverview defense here in the first 13 minutes of play. Haven't really seen them challenged.
No, but if you know anything about Coach Kreidler's teams, they're always defensive oriented first.
Absolutely.
And he'll wear you down on defense and usually score late, but they scored
Yeah.
early in this game.
He is perfectly fine with a 1 or 2-0 outcome.
That's exactly right.
You know.
Exactly right.
And I agree with him. That's the defense first is my philosophy as far as the game of soccer, because there aren't that many offensive opportunities.
No.
And if you got your best players who can shut down the opposing team, that can win you some ball games. So we had a foul against the Lady Bears. This will be the first free kick of the night for Minerva. That was Amaya Lewis taking the kick. Now it's here on the near side of the field. Both teams kind of jockeying for possession. And now the Lady Bears will come away with it and switch the field. That's Giffen. Sends it to Bowman down the middle. Now gets it on the outside. It was going to Williams, but we had a whistle, and it looks like we might be
It might have been
Was
an
it an
offside.
offside?
I believe an offsides on the far side. Would have been is that over there? Can't
our
see
lead
it.
cameraman,
Yeah.
Drew Dunlap, is here tonight. He said, yep, offsides.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Katie Williams on the far side was offside.
They send the indirect kick towards midfield. Now it bounces right back towards the 18-yard box.
Stop and play here again. It looks like it's going to be
Kirkpatrick took a swipe at it and kind of fell whenever she, whenever she went to make the kick. But we did have some kind of infraction.
Kennedy Wright looks like she's going to take the kick.
And so this one coming with about 25 minutes to play here in the first half. Lady Bears leading 3-0. Low hard drive towards the near post. Goalkeeper makes a nice play, but it gets away from her inside the 6. Bowman comes through and pounds it into the back of the net to make it 4-0 Lady Bears.
Nice position by Bailey Bowman. She was in the right place at the right time. The ball bounced off the goalie, off the goal post on the far left side of the goal, and Bowman put it right back in.
You know, and that's all hustle. That's what you want to see out of your attacking forwards, to just get through, anticipate a ball bouncing off of a goalkeeper's hands, and she was able to strike it with authority. And Bowman, with her first goal of the season, makes it 4-0 Lady Bears.
I know, talking to Coach Kreidler in the past, the 2-0 lead always worried him because he thought his team would relax. But they haven't done that yet. They're still on the move.
Coaches always say that, that's the most dangerous score in soccer is 2-0, because you're like, oh, we're up by 1, and then they come back and get you.
I think the Blue Jackets gotten a problem the other night. They were ahead by 2 goals, and they ended up getting beat. So.
Well, you're going to have to tell me about the Jackets, because I honestly have not I shouldn't say this, but I haven't paid much attention to hockey. It's tough to do that when it's 90 degrees. but it is great to see athletics, and even though we're looking at a match here that it's starting to get out of hand if you're a Minerva fan, trailing 4-0. But everybody's got to be excited about just playing. Just great to be out there. We're 16 minutes into this match, And Riverview has already equaled the score that they defeated Minerva by a year ago at 4-0.
Another penalty here. Looks like Minerva's got a direct kick. Their third of the game, and the official blew the whistle.
It'd be interesting to see if they give a water break coming up at 20. When you were down there for the pregame, Fred, did they say anything about that?
Did not say anything about that.
So it's good to have everybody watching on YouTube. Casey Claxton here with Fred Williams. Opening night for high school soccer. We're going to have this girls game in its entirety on the Lady Bears Soccer YouTube channel. And then following that match, Fred and I will stick around and we'll call the boys game on the boys YouTube channel. So if you follow one or the other, make sure you flip over to that second side to get that. Smalley gets some action. She comes out to take away an opportunity from the Lions, and she will throw it out.
Cleo Miller for Minerva had that, I guess I call it a shot on goal, but it was on the right side, and Smalley came out to just pick it up and throw it out to her midfielders.
Ball is sent across by Samsel. That's to Williams inside the 18. Great play by Kirkpatrick defensively to take it away for the Lions.
A nice crossing pass by Samsel. It was right in the box area, but a good play by Minerva's defender.
Yeah, and Kirkpatrick's not the speediest defender out there, but she knows how to move and knows how to clear space and win balls and play it out.
Yep, she was
did a great job there.
Able to use her body real well to defend off Riverview on the far side. Here's another opportunity here for the Bears.
Giffen gets it to Bowman. Now it's turned away once again by the Lions defense. That's Abby Hine to send it out towards the sideline. Emma Samsel down the right side, and we have a whistle. Not sure if it's a foul or a ball out of play. We'll see.
Looks like a foul there. Looks like a direct kick coming here.
Looks like they're going to call that against Samsel. So Hine will send it out. Now it's going to be lifted by Boldazar. And one of the Lady Lions down on the pitch. Now it comes back into the 18. There's Kirkpatrick. Those girls, they've got to be sisters. They got the same hairstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a ball by Hardesty with the left foot. It goes off of sister Kirkpatrick and across the end line. So that will be a corner kick coming up. This one will be served from the far side of the field.
That'll be the third corner kick for the Lady Bears.
Hardesty took the first two, and now it's going to be Kennedy Wright to serve this first ball in, at least from the far side of the pitch. Looks like the Lady Bears like that in-swinger. So that's where, if you're on the far side, they're taking it with a right footer, and the ball's automatically going to kind of turn into the goal. Right, low, hard drive at the 6. Right to the back, Williams with a left foot just kind of pokes it towards the goal. Turned away by Kirkpatrick and the Lions defense. And now that'll be Emma Samsel running it down. And it will go across the sideline. Throw in coming up for the Lady Lions.
Williams had a nice look at that right in the middle of the box, but couldn't get the ball on her right foot, which I believe is her dominant foot. Had it on her left foot and really couldn't get a good hit on it. So Minerva gave Minerva defenders time to clear it out. Minerva's got the throw in here on their defensive end of the field.
And it will be won out of the air by the Lady Bears. Ellie Tompkins puts a body on it. Now it's to Williams inside the box. Gets by one defender. Kirkpatrick comes over. And now it comes back to Wright. Centering pass. A header by one of the Kirkpatrick sisters. Now top of the 18. Kennedy Wright. They give it back, give and go. Wright will let it fly and into the side net. Make it 5-0 Lady Bears. That goal coming off the foot of Kennedy Wright with 15:45. So Kennedy Wright started the scoring in this game with 31:30 to play, and then she comes back not 10 minutes later and makes it 5-0 Lady Bears.
That was a nice long kick. It was probably 20, 25-yard kick on the soccer field here, and so she made a nice kick right over the goalie's head in the back of the net.
So that will make it 5-0 Lady Bears. We've got a substitution coming into the game defensively for the Lady Lions.
All right, and that's going to be number 23, Paige Bertram. It's Paige Bertram for Minerva. They're waiting here to get the kick started in the midfield area. 14, Alex Alt will be taking it from Minerva. Now the whistle blows, and
We were kind of thinking that they might take a water break, but, sometimes they'll do that. But looks like they're just content to let them play.
we might need one.
Yeah, yeah. We're going to need a break or something. There's always a question about whether or not they're going to have a concession stand. What's the rule on concession stand, Fred? Do you know what that's going to be?
I don't know the rule, but they have one down there.
They do have one?
Yeah, because I saw one of the parents down there. In fact, I have a little water here. But
I'm always a sucker for Black Bear nachos or whatever, or a hot dog or something. But I don't see anybody waiting in line. I don't see the grill fired up, but I know there's some rules about food. Haven't read.
It probably has to be packaged or something,
Yeah. Now, see, I was thinking what they could do. They could pre-package the nachos in a bag. They could, kind of have the nacho cheese kind of pre-packaged in the cup. You could heat it up on your own if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always finding ways to eat.
You would think bottled water or something would be able to sell.
Yeah.
So
I just don't know about that Black Bear hot dog. I don't know if you can get
You're
the coney.
making me hungry now.
Yeah. Well, it's 5-0, and we've resorted to talking about food. So if you're watching at home or wherever, hopefully you've got a nice Friday night meal all planned and kicking back and watching some high school soccer. So we are excited to have you. I'm Casey Claxton with Fred Williams. We've got 2 games for you tonight. Lady Bears leading Minerva 5-0. Lady Bears with the ball over on the far side. That's going to be Lee Hardesty to toss it in. Who we got coming in?
Cindy Kanata for Riverview's coming in, and Quinn Hoy coming in for Lady Bears. Going out is Ellie Tompkins and Bailey Bowman.
So throw in coming by Hardesty. It's going to be turned away by the Minerva defense. Now Kennedy Wright controls it. She will put it ahead to Williams. It's a foot race. She gets by Kirkpatrick. She's into the 18. Here's a little cut back. She puts it into the center. Looking for McGinnis, but the goalkeeper steps up and makes the play. So great job there by McCaden Kirkpatrick to come up and snare that ball inside the 6. Now they quickly come the other way. Smalley gets some action defensively, and she will anchor the throw in here. 17:15 to go in the first half. Of course, they pretty much told everybody. We've been talking about the social distancing, and if you come to a game or a match, you have to wear a mask. So we look across and we see a lot of the fans wearing masks. Here's a ball inside the 6, and Minerva's going to get a goal. So a breakdown on defense, and Minerva strikes to erase the goose egg on the board, and that's going to bring the Minerva fans to their feet, and that's going to be the first goal of the night. We'll try to get the name of the player who scored. It was a substitution that just came in a few moments ago. Waiting for her to turn her back so we can see who she is.
Number 7, wherever she is, Cleo Mueller. Yeah, Cleo Mueller.
I've heard that pronounced either Mueller or Miller, so could be one or the other. Either way, Cleo puts the Lady Lions on the board.
I had somebody in high school I graduated with was spelled that way too, and they pronounced it Mueller. But
Mueller,
it could be wrong.
Now, see, I always pronounced it Mueller, and but I think about the baseball player. You remember there was a Bill Miller. And his name was pronounced that way. Here's a shot, and that's going to be 15, Kennedy Wright.
Number 15, Kennedy Wright.
So Kennedy Wright strikes again. This goal coming with 16:25 to play. So the Lady Bears are in the scoring city as they make it a 6-1 ball game. Again, Cleo Mueller cut the lead, but Riverview comes right back and they get another goal, making it 6-1.
Of course, you don't know hockey, but in hockey, you would call that a hat trick.
Right, you get 3. Now, I do know that, Fred. I said I hadn't watched hockey. I didn't say I didn't know it. Well, that's right.
So you got to throw your hat down there now.
Right.
So.
Well, I didn't bring a hat. Drew, do you have a hat? No. Well, you could throw a mask, but then you'd be escorted out.
That's right.
Right. So a 6-1 game. Riverview, they've had a few substitutes, but a hot night like this evening, You know, I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the folks on the side get into this match. You know, it looks like Minerva's team maybe only has 5 or 6 substitutions.
Yeah,
not a really big roster. As we look down, it looks like they may have 6 players that they could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Riverview with probably 7 or 8 over on the sideline.
You would think in a close game, it's standing up on the sidelines like Riverview would be. They're not resting their legs very much.
Well, and you're right. You know, I think there's you may see some of these kids after tonight's game, or parents might say, "Hey, we're going to get you a lawn chair to sit down.
Yeah.
Get something, some type of a little single bench, you know, to put down, and have that." Lady Bears trying to come away with it and get it out of that defensive third. Battling over there is Quinn Hoy, and she will send it forward. They get it up to Williams, and now she will look to send it long down the right side. That's Emma Samsel. It's out in front of her, and it will be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Lions. Abby Hine will do the honors. So we do have one of the Lady Bears down. It's Quinn Hoy, who kind of came up a little gimpy after she served the ball out of the defensive third.
Hoy is a freshman playing on the varsity team this year.
You like to see those young kids come out.
Coach Kreidler does a pretty good job of mixing their players up to get the younger ones experience early in the season, so they'll be ready by the end of the season, come tournament time, and to really get them that experience needed.
All right, so while we have an injury timeout, the officials are going to go ahead and wind the clock, but we're going to take a quick break. We will break for a public service announcement and be back with more from Riverview High School right after these messages.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
teamwork,
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning
to set a good example,
How to work hard.
to accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Gianna Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
And we welcome you back to Riverview High School. Lady Bears leading 6-1 here in the opening night of girls high school soccer. I'm Casey Claxton here with Fred Williams. Fred, everybody excited to be back playing soccer, and the Lady Bears have really shown up tonight offensively.
They really came out of the gate here for the first game of the season. They're really impressing me on the offensive side of the field. They probably would impress the defensive side too, but they're not down there that often, although they did have that one breakdown, which give Coach Kreidler something to work on.
Well, and you want to see everybody challenged in a game that's an opening night. You want to have your offense play well, but your defense, they stood strong, but they had to go through some adversity. Here's another opportunity. Lady Bears will score, and I think that's going to be an own goal. It looks like it.
Goal, yeah.
It looks like it went off the foot of Amaya Lewis and into the back of the net. So that will be an own goal. But the Lady Bears will add another digit to the scoreboard, making it 7-1.
Drew did remind me during the break that there is a hat trick in soccer also.
Oh, that's right. A hat trick in soccer.
Yeah.
We'll have to remember to bring our hats next time. Can't throw our masks.
He said that's mainly done over in Europe or something, you know. So
Drew Dunlap is anchoring the camera duties up top. We've got Ethan Parrish down below. He's in training tonight. He's kind of doing the camera, and then Judd Bone is producing. So we got the full crew here tonight for the opening night of high school soccer. We'll have this girls match obviously in its entirety, and then there'll be about a 20-minute break, and then the boys game will follow. And you'll have to flip over to the boys soccer YouTube channel to catch the Black Bears in action as they match up against the same Minerva Lions, the boys team, for the first boys game of the season. We're hoping to get head coach Vince Andrews to come up at halftime and give us a little bit of a preview. You know, we talked to him about that last night, just to kind of give us a taste of what we're going to see out of the Black Bears this year. But I know he's kind of across the field with his team at the moment. But how fast can you sprint, Fred? You might, or we all probably could even text Steve Martin and say, "Hey, send Coach over." So.
Well, I could sprint, but I might be too tired to ask any questions once I get over there.
That's true. Yeah, that's right.
Got a free kick here by Minerva.
So that'll be Abby Hine to send it in with the right foot. Goes inside the box, and Rachel Smalley will step up and take it off the turf, and she will throw it out to the middle. Going to be headed by Melanie Giffen. Minerva will take control of it now. They look to change directions. Giffen puts her head down, takes it away again. Almost like a little bull in a china shop, just kind of lowers her head and goes. And now she will send a through ball to Hardesty. She's got some speed. Foot race into the 18, and it's going to be won by the Minerva defense. So a great effort there by Jaden Schaefer to take it away from Hardesty. And now she will follow it up the far side and send it towards the middle of the field. That's Cleo Mueller, who has the goal tonight for Minerva. It will be taken away by the Lady Bear defense. That's Kelsey Bowman, who's back there.
Little collision there at around the midfield circle.
Giffen got the worst end of it, but she pops right back up. Might have lost her, kind of got the wind knocked out of her just a little bit.
Giffen's a tough lady out there. She got a couple older sisters that went through this program. I'm sure she got beat up enough when she was younger that she's pretty tough out there.
Yeah, the youngest always takes a beating, but mom and dad's always there to rescue them. And usually it's the older kids. Now, Fred, you had brothers. Were you on the upper end, or you take a beating?
I was in the middle end. I was actually a third of 4 brothers, so I took a little bit of a beating and gave a little bit of a beating.
Yes, but you're saying you had middle child syndrome.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Middle child syndrome. Well, it's a wonder you're still alive, being that middle child. All right, so Lady Bears with a kick. That is Hardesty. Goes down near the 18, and you saw one of the Lady Bears raise her hand, Williams, saying, "Hey, that's a foul." So it will be a direct kick. It looks like it just went off of the arm of Kirkpatrick. So it's going to be right at the top of the 18. So we'll see what the Lady Bears have up their sleeve, serving a ball from the top of the 18. I haven't seen Minerva put a wall together yet. Hardesty, who has 2 goals, she looks like she will strike it with her left foot. She approaches and sends it short. They get it to Williams, and they were looking to touch it off to maybe Giffen, but the defense steps up and turns it away. Now goes to the far side, up across the midfield stripe. That's Kelsey Bowman running it down on the far side of the pitch. Lady Bears still controlling. That's Bailey Bowman, sends it through. Trickles into the 18-yard box. Defense plays it back to the goalkeeper. Now Kaneda to the outside. That's Emma Samsel battling there, and it will go across the sideline and out of play.
Subs coming into the game for Riverview, number 20, Ellie Tompkins, and 23, Abby Wright. For Minerva coming into the game, we have Maya Smith and Bella Lacaze.
And number 11, Bella Lacaze.
Not a bad crowd on hand here tonight, Fred, for this one, as we've got a good group of fans for the Lady Bears showing up, as well as Minerva. We've got folks sitting in their lawn chairs, as well as kind of spaced out. You kind of see little clusters of families kind of sitting in different places.
It's really kind of interesting to see that because everybody's abiding by the social distancing.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
They have their mask on, and that's what needs to happen if they want to see sports here in the fall.
Yeah, and the governor has said that, we're going to have people out, monitoring that. It was the word policing that he used. But I don't know that anybody's going to wander into Warsaw. But, with pictures and live streaming and video, anybody could monitor something like this. And, even up here in the press box, there are 5 of us here, and we're all wearing our masks. Now, Fred, you and I are side by side, so.
We might be a little muffled
yeah,
here,
yeah,
but
yeah.
we got our masks
Yeah,
on.
we've got our masks on.
I'm a little worried about you, Casey, so that's why I had to leave mine on.
You should be. You should be. You don't know where I've been. But you were supposed to play in a golf outing today, and you didn't do it. So maybe they didn't invite you for some reason.
Maybe they were worried about me. I don't know.
I think it was your short game they were worried about.
That's right.
Yeah. Here's the ball served into the 18-yard box. Goalkeeper Kirkpatrick comes up and snares it, and she will look to punt it away. She's got those long sleeves on tonight. We see both goalkeepers with long sleeve jerseys. That's got to be a little warm. We'll have to check the Verizon wireless temperature here at our game time.
You're making another run outside the box.
And Kirkpatrick will kind of heel it back. Now it was close to Bailey Bowman, and she kind of turns her back. I still haven't got the temperature, Fred. You know how your phone blows up.
Yeah, you don't have a good signal probably up here.
85 degrees, I guess our game time temperature.
Feels
85.
like it's 95 in here.
That's because we're on top of each other here, and we're all masked up. It's amazing. They say the heat escapes through your head. It also escapes through your face. Keeps you warm. Now here's the Lions. Smalley wrapping herself up there with Alyssa Risden. And now we've got the officials going to come over. It looks like a card's coming out. And are they issuing a red card?
Looks like a red card on.
Did they really just issue
Kristen Smalley
a red card?
Maybe he just pulled.
Are you kidding me?
Coach
So
Kryler's
Kristen
not real happy.
Smalley has been red carded from the match. And the official kind of, I don't know if the camera was actually on the official whenever he made the elbow motion, and now the official was coming over to give an explanation to head coach Dave Kreidler. But Smalley will have to head to the sideline and ultimately leave the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So I think she will have to leave the premises with the red card.
I heard Coach Kreidler yell out, "Why not a warning?"
Or a caution or something like that.
And the official said no, and he threw that elbow out like it was a flagrant elbow or something. So he must have seen.
Well,
something.
and I can't disagree with him that an elbow was thrown, but it was really just kind of, it was low. It wasn't like it was up near her face or anything like that, just from what I could tell. But it was indeed an elbow, and we're getting some indication that maybe it was kind of like right near the body, or near almost like a kidney punch maybe. But nonetheless, that will be an ejection. So Smalley will leave with 7:11 to play. It'll be a direct kick for Alex Alt. So a scoring opportunity here for the Lady Lions on a long service ball inside the 18. And Rachel Smalley will just let that go off to the side. So we'll see Smalley with a goal kick coming up.
That's the first goal kick I have down for
Yeah,
Riverview.
I was going to say that is the first time we're going to see her play it off the turf here. So clock moves with 6:50 to play in the first half. The Lady Bears leading 7-1. If you've just tuned in to us, the Lady Bears got on the board with 31:30 to play in the first half as Kennedy Wright scored a goal. And then we had back-to-back goals by Aaliyah Hardesty with 30-48 and 30-31. So just 17 seconds apart. Hardesty made it 3-0. Bailey Bowman made it 4-0 with 24:50. And then we had back-to-back goals by Kennedy Wright at 19:45 and 16:25 to make it 7-1. Cleo Mueller had the lone goal. Here's an opportunity for the Lady Bears, and they score again.
Ellie Tompkins.
So Tompkins will take a pass and put it in the back of the net. They did a nice job, so wholesale substitutions up front and still nothing lost offensively.
Nice run there by the Lady Bears again. Tompkins was in the right spot. Somebody did make the assist there. I didn't get the assist number, but nice goal nevertheless by Tompkins.
I was kind of recapping the scoring with Kennedy Wright getting 2. And, Fred, you're going to have to help me out. The last one was an own goal, goal number 7.
Yep,
that's why I didn't have anything written down.
Yep, then Ellie Tompkins.
And then Ellie Tompkins who puts in number 8. So less than 6 minutes to play here in the first half. It's 8-1. Minerva trying to show some signs of life in the final 6 minutes. Here's a ball served high towards the 18. Kirkpatrick, the goalkeeper, comes out, makes a nice play with her feet.
That was Melanie Giffen serving that ball, and she served it clear down almost into the box area for the Lady Bears. And they're on the attack again with Cameron McGinnis.
She's going down the right side, gets inside the box, and Kirkpatrick will come and play it out with her feet across the sideline. Another substitution for the Lady Bears coming in.
Looks like Kennedy Wright coming back into the game.
So Wright has 3 goals. She started this mess. She started the scoring.
And Abby Wright is leaving the game.
Here comes the throw in by Tompkins. They drop it to Bowman. Now she turns, tries to head down. Great defensive stick there. That was by Maya Lewis. Now ball comes into the center. It's going to be served out by Smith. A couple of players battle for it. Hardesty steps up. Might have went off her hand, and it did. So that will be a handling infraction and a kick coming up for the Lady Lions.
It's the 8th direct kick here for the Lady Lions in the first half.
Hey, Vince, are you good to chat with us at halftime? Cool. So Fred, coming up here at halftime, we will get a chance to talk with Black Bears head coach Vince Andrews. Get a little preview of what we can expect in Game 2 tonight. I know the Bears are equally excited about playing. Here's Ellie Tompkins inside the 18 once again. This time defense catches up with her, and it will go off of Tompkins' foot and across the goal line. Goal kick coming up for the Lions.
Nice defense there by Minerva. Had 2 ladies on the ball all the way through the goal, which results in that goal kick for Minerva.
Folks, just a reminder that masks are required. Please keep your mask on at all times. Hand sanitizer is available around the facility for use, and please social distance. Also, we will be clearing bleachers between the games for cleaning, so after the girls' game, please make your way out.
That's Chris Smalley making the halftime announcement that after the game, I don't know if you could hear that if you're listening and watching at home, that they're going to clear the bleachers in between the 2 games, and they're going to clean them. Here's Cleo Mueller. She's knocked around by Hardesty, and no foul. They let them play on. Ball still down in the Riverview defensive third. It's going to be played out by McGinnis, and it will go off the leg of one of the Lady Lions, and it will be a Lady Bear throw-in coming up. Both teams kind of looking for possession. Bowman will finally come away with it. Tompkins over there on the near side. She plays it back. Andrews looking for Bowman. Defense, Kirkpatrick steps up, takes a swipe at it and sends it back the other way. Here's Kelsey Bowman. Swing and a miss by McGinnis. Now Cleo Mueller has it. She's inside the 18, dances a little bit, and now she's going to be chopped at the legs. No call. They let them play, and here comes Alex Alt with a shot attempt, and it goes wide of the goal, and Smalley will run it down. So substitution into the game. It looks like Lainey Cohen is now checking in.
Going out will be Julie Angioni. And another sub coming in for Minerva. That would be Alyssa Risden. I got to use my binoculars because I'm a little bit older than you are.
Yeah, well, I am sporting the specs tonight. I do have the glasses on. I kind of got them hanging just like right on the end of my nose. If you leave it further out on your nose, your glasses don't fog up enough. Are you getting any fog on your
no
on your with your mask on? We both talked about wearing masks. So 1 minute to play. Lady Bears leading 8-1. Again, this was a 4-0 game a year ago. So Lady Bears, they certainly look as if they will start the season with a victory, leading 8-1 here. Ball inside the defensive third, and it's going to be sent away by Bowman across the sideline. Nearing 30 seconds to play. We'll see if Minerva has any life in the final 30 ticks of the clock. There's Bowman. They get it out front. It's played across. Now here's Tompkins down the sideline. Nice battle, shoulder to shoulder.
6, 5,
less than 5.
3,
Tompkins says it go across the sideline, and that will bring us to the end of our first half of play. It's pretty much been all Lady Bears for the first 40 minutes. Our halftime score, Riverview 8 and Minerva 1. We'll be back in just a moment after a short break, and we'll chat with head coach Vince Andrews and the Black Bears as they too will play tonight on the opening night of high school soccer. Back with more right after these messages.
Your actions in the stands impact participating students, including your child. Be respectful. Be supportive. Do your part in creating a positive and educational environment for everyone. To learn more, watch the Parent Seat video at the NFHS Learning Center.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but I mean, it's not like he's gonna know either. So.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be 50% less likely to use them.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 70 courses, including more than 30 free courses, such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. To learn more, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
And we welcome you back to Riverview High School. We are at halftime as the Riverview Lady Bears are currently leading the Lady Lions of Minerva by a score of 8-1. Here at the break, we're going to talk with the head coach of the Riverview Black Bears boys soccer team, who's also opening up tonight against Minerva. So we welcome in head coach Vince Andrews. Coach, I'm sure your team is really excited about being back on the pitch finally here in 2020.
Yeah, all the guys, I mean, last year we finished the tournament at West Holmes with sour disappointment, and they didn't really want to stop. And this whole COVID thing, like everyone's dealing with, they were like afraid of if we were going to get to play a game. So the opportunity to come out here tonight and do what they've been working their butts off since they were like 5 years old, I mean, it's great.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about this team. You had success a year ago. You've got a great group back. Who makes up the Riverview Black Bears soccer team in 2020?
Well, we got a core of 9 seniors strong, and we got a couple returning lettermen that are also younger. So a good bit of our lineup is returners, and that's always a blessing. We also have a very strong junior class that backs those guys up. So it's just a group that, to have a successful season and make a long run, they put in the work and they're just ready to go.
Now, as you guys were playing over the summer, how was summer practices different? We all know about the social distancing and how that changed your approach to preparing for the upcoming season. So how did you and your staff approach the year given the conditions?
Really, we just, had to tell them that this is just stuff we got to do. It's sacrifices people had to make. Some of the seniors last year in the spring had to make sacrifices, taking temperatures, wearing the mask. Yes, it's not always the most comfortable thing, but if we want to do what we really love doing, it's just sacrifices we have to make. And, as you see, the boys are ready to do that. The girls the same. All the kids in the state of Ohio around the country want to play. So, that's what we did. Practices, we try to do the social distancing as best as possible, getting our water. I mean, there's just little things that you don't think about until things like this happen. So.
Sure. And as Coach Kreidler said to us before the girls' game tonight, his team has kind of taken the approach that this could be almost like a tournament atmosphere. We don't know if this will be our last game. Do you kind of echo those same sentiments with your team?
Well, yep, it's one game at a time. Play it like it's your last, because it might be. So we got to leave everything out on the field. I didn't dress a bunch of the younger guys tonight because I want these older guys to get some playing time, get some experience. Like I said, this could be our only game, but we're going to go as hard as we can and put in all the work, and it's time to put it on the field.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what you know about the Minerva team. Kind of recap last year's match when you played up there on the turf. What do you expect to see out of the Lions tonight?
Minerva last year was a young team. Also playing on the turf, first game jitters. I mean, it was a 4-0 game up there, but I told the boys, don't worry about the score. It's a new game, a new team. I said, just come out there and play our game, the best of our ability. They're going to come up here playing the game best of their ability. You can't overlook any opponent. It's like I said, it's just one game at a time from here on out.
Sure. Any final thoughts as you get ready to address your team to get ready for the game tonight?
We're just excited. So, we're ready to go, and I've been waiting for this for months, so let's go.
We all echo those sentiments.
Yes,
so
yes.
Congratulations on finally the night being here, and good luck to the Black Bears coming up tonight at 7 o'clock as they take on the Lions.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so that is head coach Vince Andrews. He and his Black Bear squad will take on the Minerva Lions tonight at 7. That game may start just a little bit late. That contest will also be over on the Black Bears YouTube channel. So if you're watching here on the girls' channel, remember to flip over to the guys' channel, and you will see that game. So we will take a quick break here in just a moment. Our engineer-producer Judd Bone is eagerly awaiting a timeout. I am too. Judd, did you get us a hot dog for the halftime? That'd be a big no. So we will take a break, come back, take a look at some of the statistics, and have more, along with the start of our second half of play, right after these messages.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, yeah, there's some old prescription pills, but my son's a good kid. He's not going to look for them.
2/3 of teens who abuse opioids get them from friends and family. Don't live in denial, Ohio. Dispose of your leftover pills.
Hey, sports fan! Did you know the OHSAA is among the national leaders in social media? Check out the OHSAA's social media platforms for news, tournament information, accomplishments, helpful links, and all the items available in the fan guide, including photos, DVDs, and publications. Check out OHSAA Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. And who knows, you may be the next featured face.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Ohio, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here. Not in denial.
No.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio. Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
And we welcome you back to Riverview High School here at halftime. It is the Lady Bears 8, the Lady Lions of Minerva 1. Casey Claxton with Fred Williams. Fred, give us a quick recap of statistics from the first half of play.
Okay, of course, the score is Riverview 8 to Minerva 1. Shots on goal for Riverview. Riverview had 12 shots on goal, and obviously they scored 8 of those. Minerva just had 1.
Great.
Free kicks, Riverview had 6, Minerva had 9. In corner kicks, Riverview had 3. Minerva did not have 1 corner kick. Goal kicks, Riverview 2. And Minerva also had 2. Scoring for Riverview at the 31-minute, 20-second mark. Kennedy Wright got the scoring started for Riverview, making the score 1-0. Shortly later, at 30 minutes and 48 seconds, Aaliyah Hardesty, assisted by Bailey Bowman, scored that goal, making it 2-0. And just shortly after that, with 30 minutes and 31 seconds, 17 seconds later, Aaliyah Hardesty found the net again, making the score 3-0. At the 24-minute, 50-second mark, Bailey Bowman got on the scoring column with a goal, making the score 4-0. And Kennedy Wright came back with another goal for Riverview at the 19-minute, 45-second mark. Cleo Mueller got on the board for Minerva at the 16-minute, 52-second mark, making the score then 5-1. Then Kennedy Wright got the hat trick at 16:25 for Riverview, came right back and scored, making the score 6-1 Riverview. The last 2 goals were scored. One was an own goal by Riverview at the 13-minute, 58-second mark. And Ellie Tompkins rounded out the scoring for Riverview in the first half at the 6-minute, 2-second mark, making the current score 8-1. There was 1 red card in the game. Kristen Smalley got red carded for an elbow to one of the Minerva players. So that's the stats for the first half, Casey.
All right, so players back out on the pitch. And Riverview will be playing a player down with the red card you mentioned, with Smalley exiting early. But, you know, if you're Coach Kreidler here at halftime, what do you think his halftime message was to his team heading into the second half?
I would say that his halftime message is, keep up what you did in the first half, but let's keep the ball spread out. Let's move it. Let's get a lot of touches. They'll probably try to, make some nice passes across the field, reverse the field, but they're not going to let off. I don't believe they're going to continue to try to keep it on their offensive side. You'll probably see a lot of players that haven't played before, especially some younger players that may not get in the game in a closer game. So it's a good opportunity for some experience, to get some experience for some of the younger players for Riverview.
And for Minerva, they've got some weapons up front. We saw Mueller get into the goal box. She obviously had their first goal of the contest, and then she came very close to nailing another. So she's somebody they have to be worried about. But you would like to see this Riverview defense challenged in the contest, which kind of helps prepare them moving forward.
Yeah, Minerva did have some pushes there towards the latter part of the first half, and maybe as a result of some of the substitutions that Riverview had in there. But it's going to give both teams, an opportunity to work on some things, and the youngsters on the Riverview side and the Minerva team to try to get some confidence here going in the second half.
So Bella Lacaze will serve it out with the right foot on the goal kick. Beautiful night for high school soccer. Again, there's 2 matches tonight. At a whistle, it'll be another kick coming up for Minerva. But the boys will also play the Lions. We see the Riverview boys team kind of warming up across the way as we look out across the field near the cornfields on the practice facility. And the Minerva boys team has kind of taken part in the shade over near their school bus, just kind of waiting. This game got started a little bit late. Tonight. The officials added about 10 more minutes onto the clock, so we were just a little tardy at getting started. Here comes the throw in by the Lady Bears. They serve it into the 18. Turned away by the Minerva defense. Looking for Mueller up front. Now that's Bowman, nice little turn. Tries to get it back. Now it's a foot race down the far right side. That's Schaefer. Schaefer's inside the 18. She takes a shot. Smalley has to go off her hands towards the goal, and it looks like she made the save, and now she comes out to pounce on it. So a great defensive effort there by Rachel Smalley.
Real nice defensive effort. The ball came in, and a real nice shot by Schaefer. It was up high. Smalley went up, knocked the ball up out of her hands, and she retrieved to get the ball just before it got into the goal.
Smalley will have to battle the sun as she looks into the sun this half of the field. Don't know if that really had anything to do with it, because it kind of came as she was looking right into the sunshine. But now it'll be a kick right at midfield for Kirkpatrick and the Lady Lions. She'll step over. Boldazar to send it with a hearty left-footed kick. Now inside the 18, Smalley steps up and will collect it and look to punt.
It looks like Minerva is trying to push up a little bit more than what they did in the first half. 2 shots on goal here early in the second half for Minerva.
Hardesty has it in the center. He's got some running room. Sends it forward. Goes down to Emma Samsel. She'll pull the trigger, and it's going to be pounced on by Kirkpatrick. Nice save. But I really liked the approach, the attack. They kind of switched fields, as it was a Hardesty taking it from near side to the middle, then over onto the far side of the pitch. You got to like the movement and the changing of the fields there.
Yep, and Emma Samsel was ready for it over there and sent it to the goal.
So now we have a whistle down near the far side, another one against the Lady Bears, so another service opportunity coming up for the Lady Lions. .35-30 to play. I haven't had any scoring here in this first half. We went about 12 minutes in. Actually, it was about 9.5 minutes into the match before we had our first goal. But this game appears to be more evenly matched starting off the second half than it did in the first. We've had opportunities for both teams to score here in our second stanza. Kirkpatrick comes out, takes it right at the 6, and will now look to punt from the 18. Actually, she was going to throw. Now she punts. That's Schaefer to take it out of the air with her foot. Hardesty collects it. Now goes in the middle. Give and go back to Hardesty. She's got a strong left foot. Outside the 18. Defense closes in. And now Hardesty sends it across the end line. Goal kick coming up for Minerva.
Coming into the game for Minerva is Maya Lewis. Going out as number 1, Laney Cohen.
Ball goes off the head of Katie Williams. Now Williams chases it down inside the box. Left-footed service collected by Kirkpatrick with the save.
Nice left-footed kick by Williams, but a nice save by the goalie Kirkpatrick.
Off the head of Bowman right at midfield. Now to the far side. Looks like we got a couple of players that have different numbers on here in the second half. Try to identify who that Lady Lion was on the far side of the field. Riverview back on the attack. That is Emma Samsel. Plays it off of the back of Kirkpatrick. It will be a goal kick, or excuse me, a corner kick coming up for the Lady Bears.
Number 11, Aaliyah Hardesty.
So Hardesty will typically take the corner kicks with her left foot, that she can give it make it an in-swinger inside the 6. Lady Bears have scored 1 goal off of a corner kick. We saw great service across the middle, and then it was Wright who banged one in. Hardesty serves it in. This is in between the right about the 12. Wright steps up from the top of the 18 with a swipe at it. Can't get a good shot on goal. Now the defense pushes it out. So excellent play there defensively by the Lions on the corner kick. McGinnis serves it. Now they go back on the attack. Schaefer down the right side. She will shoot. Low, hard drive. Smalley with the save.
That was a nice hard drive by Schaefer. Nice stop by Smalley.
Smalley with the throw now to Giffen. Giffen beats one player. Now serves with her left foot. Hardesty, shoulder to shoulder. Going up against Lacaze. Ball turned away. Now Tompkins giving chase. That's McCrew for the Lady Lions. Bowman steps up on defense. Wins it. Now she will send a low, hard ball. Into the middle to Williams. Goalkeeper stepping up, and that is Kirkpatrick to steer away the Riverview attack. Lewis takes the throw, and now look to turn. One of the Lady Bears going down. That's Melanie Giffen, kind of hobbly. She will walk it off.
Yep, looked like she got kicked in the ankle there, and she looks to be fine.
She's not too eager to get down.
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy Wright will serve it in. Into the 18. They'll let it bounce once, and then Kirkpatrick will take the easy loose ball inside the box, and she'll punt it away. Bowman steps up defensively to Hardesty. Now give and go. Hardesty can't get to it. Lions defense right on the sideline. Still in play. Collins with a drop back pass. Lions looking to build on the attack as they change the field. That's Alex Alt on the far side. Tompkins playing defense. There's Bowman to take it away. Racing up the sideline, shoulder to shoulder. And it goes across the sideline right at midfield. Kelsey Bowman to throw it in. Puts it right down the sideline, and they'll say it went in and back out of play. And a couple of substitutions coming in for Minerva.
Kyrie Kirkpatrick coming back into the game for Minerva, and Laney Cohen also coming in.
So we are 10 minutes into the second half. It's still 8-1. Lady Bears had jumped out to a 7-1 lead, and then it was Minerva adding one. And then the Bears had a 6-0 lead before Minerva made it 6-1, and then the Bears got two more. One was an own goal, knocked in by the defense of Minerva.
Play right now seems to be centered around the midfield of the field, and neither team really making any aggressive move for the offensive side.
Yeah, when this match first started, it was pretty much all Riverview. It was predominantly played down in the defensive third of the pitch by Minerva. Lady Bears controlling it, and the scoreboard indicated that. You know, this, as you said, has been more evenly played.
Well, even the stats in the first half indicated that, with 12 shots on goal for Riverview and 1 for Minerva. And Minerva already has 3 in this half, so.
Ball is over on the far side of the field. Lady Bears will look to get control. That is Tompkins. Little give-and-go pass with Kennedy Wright. Wright brings it ahead. It's a foot race to Katie Williams. She and the goalkeeper going to close in at about the same time, but it was the keeper, Kirkpatrick, getting there first. And it looks like they're going to give a direct kick for the Lions, so they whistle an infraction against Williams. And she got there second, so they whistled her for a foul.
Yeah, I didn't understand that whistle, but nevertheless, free kick here for Minerva.
Now Minerva on the attack. It's going to be a foot race down the Lions' offensive side. That's going to be Schaefer, and Schaefer is taken down by the goalkeeper, Smalley. They both pop up. Little pat on the back for each. Good, clean play. But it will be a
should be a corner kick.
That's what I was thinking. A corner kick over on the near side for the Lions, and I think this will be their first corner.
First corner of the game for Minerva.
So we'll see one of our long-awaited set pieces by Minerva.
Kayla White into the game for Riverview.
You know, as a coach for Minerva, you would like to see your team put together a nice little punch here, show some signs of life.
Alt taking the kick corner for Minerva.
Lady Bear defense comes and swats it away. Nice job there by Melanie Giffen to get in and force a throw in. You know, anytime you can turn a corner kick into a throw, that's good for the defense. Certainly don't want to give up another corner. So this time it will be Alex Alt.
Another substitution for the Lady Lions. That's Julia Angioni. She's replacing Lainey Cohen.
As we kind of look across the field, they look for Mueller. Ball is turned away. Williams comes back from her forward spot, plays it to the outside. That is Emma Samsel over there. Samsel battling a Lions defender. It goes out of play, and a throw-in coming up for Minerva. Bears control again. They get it across the midfield stripe. Lions defense with a hack at it. Lady Bears trying to take possession. That's Hines sending it down the far side of the field. Kelsey Bowman to turn it away.
Riverview pretty much has their starter still in the game and probably will leave them in the game, I would think, till about the 10-minute, 15-minute mark.
You know, we haven't seen any scoring here, and we are almost 15 minutes deep into this second half of play. Riverview jumped on the board early. It took them about 9 minutes to get going. And Smalley picks up a loose ball and will look to punt it away. But then once the Lady Bears got their first goal, the floodgates opened as they reeled off eight goals in about a 20-minute span. Here's Katie Williams down the center of the field, gets into the 18-yard box. She is taken away. Hardesty steps up, and the ball goes just off the side net, out of the goal box.
It's going to result in a corner kick for Riverview.
So this is one of those dangerous situations. Anytime you have a set piece coming up, we'll see how many Riverview kind of rotates up.
Kennedy Wright taking the corner kick, and Riverview's been able to get that ball right in the box area. And as you mentioned, Casey, anything can happen with that ball in that box, especially if it breaks loose and somebody gets a good foot on it here.
And Minerva doesn't mark up defensively. They just kind of play zone, leaving offensive players open. There's Williams, who had someone at least come over to her once they saw the ball served in. But, you know, it's interesting that they kind of line up in a zone right on the 6, and Riverview's kind of in that daylight spot between the 6 and the 18-yard box.
Which I would think it creates a lot of openings. You're the coach, but it creates a lot of openings and opportunity for the other team when they're playing that zone because they really don't know where their markup is.
You know, and sometimes when you play that zone defense, you might be looking at a teammate saying, well, I thought you were going to guard her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we always like to try to match up player for player, and then you might have somebody float, almost playing like a center field or a free safety of some sorts to kind of going to the ball. But, you know, that's their approach defensively. And if you're Riverview, that's just like eating chocolate cake, man. Just, hey, serve it in here, and I get after it.
Yep.
Get after it. So Lady Bears on the attack. They've had possession here. That's Kennedy Wright. Now looking to Williams' left-footed shot. Great save, but we do have a whistle. Not sure if that was a foul or an offsides. It was close.
Looked like he called an offside, I believe.
So it looks like it was offsides.
Nevertheless, it was a good play by Riverview there. Just got a little bit ahead of the defender, and nice chance there.
So the Lions will have it. That's Kirkpatrick to serve it from right outside the 18. That's Cleo Mueller up there. She's got the lone goal of the night for the Lions. Mueller once again has some daylight down the right side. Riverview defense coming on. That is Bowman there. Shoulder to shoulder. They're trying to force her out of play, and it's going to go across the end line, and it will be a corner kick coming up for the Lions.
And that's their second corner kick of the second half. And as we mentioned, they did not have any corner kicks the first half. So playing a little bit more aggressive here, Minerva is the second half to try to get on the board.
And I think they have played better offensively and defensively here in the second half of play.
I would agree.
You know, Riverview has played pretty consistent throughout the contest. They've got substitutions coming in, but I think Minerva has stepped up their style of play, which is good for a second half. You want to play a full 80 minutes.
Alex Alt will be taking the corner kick for Minerva.
So as you look, Riverview's defense, they do match up player for player. Ball served in right at the 6. Bowman with a left foot, a swat at it. Hardesty's there. And now she gets some daylight and turn it with her left foot up and near the spectator area.
Averill McGrew coming in for Minerva. And Aya Smith also coming into the game for Minerva.
So less than 21 minutes to play here in the contest. Lady Bears leading 8-1.
Straight line, Kate.
Katie Williams down the left side. Left foot, centering pass. Looking for Emma Samsel there. Lions defense turns it away. Hardesty steps up. Left-footed pass goes back towards the middle. And the Lions defense turns it away once more. Here is Bowman. She will drop it back to Smalley, and she will send it back up to midfield and out of play. Throw in coming up.
Lainey Cohen coming back into the game for Minerva. She's going to be replacing Paige Bertram.
Second.
Throw in here by Minerva right in front of the press box by Alyssa Risden.
And it's going to be taken maybe off the arms. I'm surprised they didn't call a handling there. Here's Giffen. To right, now to Williams. 3 passes in a row. Now they go to Aaliyah Hardesty. Foot race. Kirkpatrick comes up to take it away from Hardesty. Kirkpatrick will turn. Hardesty slides. And the centering pass comes now to Lacaze. Lacaze battling with Giffen.
Back in the game for Riverview, Ellie Tompkins. She'll be replacing Katie Williams. And also for Minerva coming in is Cleo Mueller.
Listen, 19 minutes to go in the contest. It's been all Lady Bears, but this second half has been pretty evenly played. An evenly matched second half. Samsel, good defensive battle over on the far right side with McGrew. Served out by Kirkpatrick, the goalkeeper. Now they bring it across midfield looking for Mueller. Mueller fighting her way through a couple of defenders, still going forward, and she's going to be chopped down. And that will be a direct kick coming up for the Lady Lions.
That's their 6th direct kick here in the second half.
You hear the Lady Bear defense saying, find a man. Looks like the Riverview defense will kind of hold tight right at the 18. Smalley is back on her heels right at the edge of the goal, and it goes off of her foot and in. So that will be a goal by Alyssa Risden. Smalley, I don't know if she just took her eye off of it, but it went right off of her feet and just kind of slid right through, but put a point on the board for the Lady Lions.
Nice goal, but be in the right place at the right time by Alyssa Risden.
So that goal coming with 17:31. Here in the second half, it is 8-2. Well, if you like scoring, we've got plenty of that tonight. You know, we talked with head coach Vince Andrews at halftime. His Black Bears team eagerly awaiting their matchup against the Lions boys team at the conclusion of this one. That one will be under the lights. You know, we kind of talked earlier that, you know, Ohio high school soccer started a few years ago giving teams permission to play on a Friday night. Normally, they were granted permission to play as early as a Saturday, and then they went ahead and backed it up a game. So many of these teams will play on their high school football field on a Friday night, and they can play under the lights and give it kind of a Friday night football type of atmosphere. And, of course, with the soccer pitch here at Riverview, it works nicely to play on a nice wide surface, excellent facility. But it does get you the opportunity to start the season early. And for a lot of schools, like last year, Riverview went up to play at Minerva. They played on the nice turf field under the lights, and it's a great atmosphere.
Yeah, Minerva has a nice facility up there for football and soccer. They play soccer on their football field, nice turf field.
So here comes Kennedy Wright down the side, and she will put it in with her left foot. Past the outstretched arms of McCaden Kirkpatrick. So a nice goal there by Kennedy Wright, and that will be her 4th goal of the night.
4th goal for Kennedy Wright. She had a breakaway there with that left foot. She put a nice left foot on that ball right by the goalie, Kirkpatrick, for Minerva.
So Wright had the goal to open the contest, 31-30, had 2 more in the second half, or second in that first period, to give her the hat trick, and now she's added another tally, making it 9-2. Closing in on 15 minutes to play here in this contest. Right with it to Tompkins, little give and go. Tompkins has it over on the far side of the field. Good battle in the defensive third of Minerva. Ball's going to be won by McCrew. Now Tompkins takes it back, serves it into the middle. Looked really dangerous there for a moment. And now here's Melanie Giffen right at the top of the 18. She will pull the trigger. Didn't get a real strong approach at it. Didn't get a good foot on it, but it will trickle across the goal line for a goal kick.
Riverview seemed to kick it into another gear over the last 2 or 3 minutes. They're on that offensive side of the field again and back to where they were when they started the game. really pressing up and getting some good looks at the goal.
And, you like to see that out of your offensive group. After you give up a goal, you want to kind of pick up the defense, pick up your goalkeeper. And we'll see how they approach this corner kick here.
Kennedy Wright with the kick.
High service towards the far side of the goal mouth. Tompkins took a swing at it. Now that's Kirkpatrick who clears it away across the sideline, and a throw-in coming up for the Lady Bears.
Piper Andrews coming into the game for the Lady Bears, replacing Alea Williamson. Again, they're both freshmen, so a lot of good experience being put in there for Ruri to gain experience.
Minerva with the ball in play. Smalley will play it with her feet. She's outside the 18-yard box. Here's Cleo Mueller. Giffen coming up to play defense. Good stick. Nice takeaway. Giffen plays it forward, looking for Wright. Comes back to Giffen. Off her noggin. Now she brings it down to her feet. Punches it out with her left foot to Hardesty down the left side. Abby Hine comes over to knock it away.
Emma King into the game for the Lady Bears, and she's replacing Emma Samsel.
They get it to Wright on the throw-in. Hine with the defense. Giffen back to Wright. Now the ball is loose inside, right near the 6. Looks like it went off one of the players' heads. Now that's a loose ball, left-footed shot, kind of a misdirection off of a Lady Lion. That was Tompkins who took the shot attempt, but Kirkpatrick there to bring it out of the air, and now she will punt it away. "12 minutes to play in the contest." Hine steps up from her defensive spot, working on Hardesty. Slide by Hardesty. Served ahead. That's Bowman back there anchoring the defense. To Mueller. Bowman gets to the outside. Mueller beats her one-on-one. Now Mueller down the sideline. Will center it. Here's Kelsey Bowman to turn it away with a left foot.
Nice clear out by Bowman on that one.
Now to Hardesty. She's got some room. Hardesty serves it. Here's Tompkins running down the middle. Got a head start. Near the 6. Here's a shot, and it's just outside the goal mouth. That will be a goal kick coming up for Minerva. So a nice little build up from the back. And it all started in the back with Kelsey Bowman kind of getting it ahead. They get it to Giffen, up to Hardesty, back into the center. You like to see that team build it from the back, from like that defensive third all the way up to the front.
Real nice clear out by Bowman to initiate it, and Giffen made a nice forward pass to Tompkins there, and then she had a nice look.
You see how quickly they can move things ahead. So substitutions coming in. 10:35. We have been playing with a running clock here in the second half. I'm Casey Claxton here along with Fred Williams for tonight's broadcast. Special thanks to Mr. Andrew Dunlap on one of our cameras. Ethan Parrish down in the bleachers amongst the Bears. Yeah, and he is socially distanced. He's got blue tape all around him. Mm-hmm. And Judd Bone, our engineer and producer for tonight's live stream broadcast on YouTube Live, the Lady Bears soccer channel. Got the boys game coming up after this one. Fred and I will stick around for that as well. Hardesty, service inside the 6. Tompkins is over there, can't get to it. Now it goes off of her foot and across the end line. Goal kick coming up. Another substitution.
Be about the 5th goal kick for Minerva here in the second half. And the substitution for Minerva, one of them came in earlier, and that was Kyrie Kirkpatrick, and this is Amaya Lewis back into the game for Minerva. Doesn't soccer always have a running clock?
Well, they didn't stop it on the goal. You're right. It does have a running clock.
When you mentioned that, I thought,
yeah,
does it always run?
It does run, but like on the goals being scored.
Yeah,
you know.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. I see you're giving me that COVID stare. I didn't know what you were. All I could see was your eyes. I couldn't tell if you were smiling at me.
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine all your viewers out there. You know, were saying, "What's he saying? It's always a running clock."
What's he talking about? They didn't stop the clock after the goal.
Okay.
Even on the injury, the one official, he kind of looked up at our scoreboard operator, Chris Smalley, and said, "Hey, just run that thing. It's hot. We got to do 2 tonight." You know.
Actually, I was thinking that earlier. I was going to say, "Don't they have a running clock? I mean, won't they have a running clock?" And I said, "Don't say that because they have a running clock."
Yeah. Well, and you know, if you think about the European game, you know, that clock counts up, and it never stops. You know, and then they add time. Now, I'm just wondering when it will be that high school moves to a upward counting clock.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that will ever happen?
I don't know. Hasn't happened in how many years now?
Steve Martin shakes his head and says, "No, it's not happening." Yeah. We want to thank Steve, too. Steve Martin kind of helping us with our live stream broadcast. He has pretty much lived in the Riverview press box the last 2 days, making sure that they have great internet signal and got everything going. As the ball goes off Hardesty's head. Oh, she had another opportunity there.
She had a nice look there for a header into the net, but just went to the side.
Hardesty has 2 on the night. She was thinking hat trick. You know, now Chris Smalley, he's got his hat on. He could throw the hat for the hat trick tonight. But she was thinking hat trick.
You don't want to wear a good hat to a hockey game if they have a hat trick.
That's
you
right.
might lose it.
Yeah, you might lose that hat. You know, but real fans, you know, they say, "Okay, I'll throw it."
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then you got some fans that will stick a dirty hat in their pocket. Here comes the Lions down the sideline into the offensive third. That's Schaefer over there working against Bowman. That's a good battle down there in the corner. Schaefer looking for help. Now she will finally serve it, and Lady Bears will come away with it. They turn it out. That's Risden now who controls. She'll pull the trigger. Turned away by Collins. Now it goes out towards Tompkins. Tompkins over on the far side. Less than 7 minutes. Collins, she's going to be chopped down. Lady Bears will have a restart. Kennedy Wright with the service, right at the 18. Kirkpatrick, Tompkins. And it looks like Minerva's going to come away with it. McCrew tries to get it out of the dangerous middle. She gets by a Lady Bear, serves it ahead. Kennedy Wright with control. Now to Tompkins. She looks to take it down the far right side. Tompkins serves to the middle. It's Hardesty there. A little push, and it goes off her foot and out of play. A couple of more substitutions come in as we near 5.5 to play in this one. It's all Lady Bears. 9-2 the lead here in the second half.
And back into the game for the Lady Bears, Katie Williams and Melanie Giffen. Going out was Leah Collins and Emma King.
Williams will take the ball that was served to her from Kennedy Wright following the goal kick. Be another goal kick coming up for Kirkpatrick and the Lions. 5 minutes to play in this one.
Well, we haven't talked about the wind at all because there isn't any. You look at the flags, it's just hanging.
Yeah, there is no wind here tonight. It is steamy up here in the booth. Bella Lacaze, a little dance, and she serves it out. One there by McGinnis. Now it comes back towards Hardesty. Hardesty runs it down. She's got a strong left foot. Going to serve it into the middle. Low, hard drive toward the 18, and it will be turned away by the Lions defense. Lacaze has it. Now a long service. Down the sideline, intended for Schaefer. Bowman takes it away. Now to Giffen. Giffen has it. Little give and go with Wright. Giffen to Williams. Foot race towards the 18. They play it back to the goalkeeper, but Williams gets there first, and her shot is just short. Missed it wide left.
Williams had a nice look there. She made a nice move to get it around the goalie, but was a little bit too far to the left and tried to get back on her right foot, and she kicked it into the side of the net.
You know, as a player, those are the ones you lose sleep about at night. You're like, oh, I should have had that.
Yeah.
But when you're up 9-2, you might not lose too much sleep. You might just wake up. But Kirkpatrick serves it. Giffen to control. Now it's knocked away. Schaefer has it. She will drop it back to Smith. Smith, long service. And now Bowman back to Smalley. Smalley with a good right foot. Perfect placement to Giffen. Giffen to Hardesty. Working with Williams. A little give and go. It comes up short. Schaefer back across the side. Now to McCrew across the midfield stripe. Now they've got some daylight. Foot race to Lewis down the left side. Quick centering pass. Might have passed it a little early. Smalley steps up to control it, and she will punt it away. So we heard our public address announcer, Chris Smalley, announce that they will clear the stands at halftime. They will do a cleaning.
Substitutions for Minerva: Julia Angioni back into the game, and Laney Cohen.
2 minutes remaining in the contest. 2 minutes.
It's a beautiful night, Fred. Great night. Going to be a great night for the Lady Bears with a win. Boys team will play right after this one. So they are kind of huddling up behind the Lady Bears bench, donning their masks, talking amongst themselves, kind of getting prepped and ready for their season opener. Service comes into the middle. It will go across the end line. Smalley will chase it down. The Minerva team kind of emerging from near their school bus that they came in on. Every player donning a mask, carrying their own water. You know, the face of high school sports has changed, but it is great to have it back. Smalley with a service right to Williams. Good placement. Williams still battling for possession. It's been a nice battle with her and McCrew throughout the night. McCrew has it again, coming across. Giffen going up ahead there to Tompkins. Tompkins right back to the middle. Kennedy Wright has some daylight. Shot up and in. Just inside the 18. Kennedy Wright with her 5th goal of the night. Makes it 10-2 Lady Bears.
Nice look by Kennedy Wright with the right foot in the left corner of the goal.
So Kennedy Wright started this match with a goal with 31:30 to play in the first half, and she closes out the match with a winner with 30 seconds on the clock. And we are nearing the final ticks of this one, and the Lady Bears are victorious on opening night. So Riverview wins it by a score of 10-2. We appreciate everyone tuning in for the broadcast. Fred, give us a quick recap of the scoring for tonight before we wrap things up and set up for the boys' game to follow.
Okay, the scoring in the second half, again, the score was 8-1 in the first half, but the scoring in the second half, we had a score by Minerva at the 19-minute 52-second mark, maybe a 17-minute 52-second mark by Alyssa Risden. And Riverview got on the board again in the second half. A Kennedy Wright goal at 16 minutes and 2 seconds. And here, just at the end of the game with 35 seconds left, Kennedy Wright got on the board again with her 5th goal. She was assisted by Ellie Tompkins. In the first half, Kennedy Wright started off the scoring for Riverview at 31-minute, 20-second mark, and then came right back. Riverview scored at the 20-minute, 48-second mark. Leah Hardesty get in the action there in the 20-minute, 31-second mark. Riverview got on the board again on another Aaliyah Hardesty goal. And Bailey Bowman got into the scoring column at 24 minutes. And at the 19-minute mark, Kennedy Wright got another goal. And Minerva got on the board in the first half. Cleo Mueller got on the board for their first goal in the first half. 16-minute, 25-second mark in the first half. Kennedy Wright again scored another goal, which gave her what I called the hat trick. And 13-minute, 58-second mark, Riverview scored an own goal, which basically means that Minerva hit it in for him. And at the 6-minute, 2-second mark, Ellie Tompkins rounded out the scoring in the first half. So again, our final score 10-2. Riverview Lady Bears got started off on a nice note here this evening over Minerva, 10-2.
So congratulations to head coach Dave Kreidler and his entire staff for the win. Again, Lady Bears 10, Minerva 2. So a great start for this Riverview soccer team. We've got another game coming up as it's the boys edition of this contest as the Black Bears take on the Lions, and that game will follow. If you are watching at home, you will be able to see that game over on the YouTube channel of the boys soccer team. So you should be able to access that link pretty easily. If you don't have it bookmarked and saved, you can just go back to the Riverview High School school district page, click on streaming, and you'll be able to find the boys link and catch that game there. So Fred will stick around for that one as well. You'll call the play-by-play. So again, congratulations to the Lady Bears. They are victorious tonight by a score of 10-2. I'm Casey Claxton for Fred Williams. Thanks again to Ethan Parrish and Andrew Dunlap for filming tonight. Judd Bone, our producer and engineer. We say so long from Riverview High School. Have a good night, everyone.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself.
How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning
to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.